Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I think it's been about 3 weeks since the last time I put out a video, so I've got to apologise for that. That wasn't the intention, it's just the way it's worked out because I've had a bit of run of bad luck since the start of the new year. Not on my part, on other people. So Fraser, our body shop guy, if you remember, I dropped the wing off for our 2016 grey pop star, the last video, and the poor sod, he had a mountain bike accident when he was out riding one weekend. Come off with cracked two ribs and punctured a lung. Excuse me. So he's been off work for 3 weeks. So today's Monday, the 29th of January. He was only back to work last week, so he finished the wing on Friday. I was working all weekend myself on my normal day job. So today is the first day I've had a chance to nip up there and grab the wing off of him. So he only finished it last week. So we're just going to head up to Fraser's workshop now. I'm going to grab the wing off that 2016 Popstar, the new one, and then I'll see you guys up the unit and see how good the colour match is. So I do apologise, it's been a couple of weeks since the last video. It wasn't our intention, it's just the way it's worked out. But I'll see you up at the unit shortly. Cheers guys. Right, we're back up the unit guys. As you can see, the car's not been touched since the last time we came up here. Still see the wings off of it. It's not been touched. Good news is we've obviously got no leaks from where we serviced it, because that cardboard has got no oil or fluid on it, so we know that the car don't leak. Here's the old wing there. I'm just going to grab the new wing and we'll have a little comparison. So here's the new wing. And there's the old wing. I think you'll agree, spot on. I don't know if the camera might make it look a little bit different, but that is absolutely spot on. And again, that's another reason why we take it to the paint shop and get it block red, because you know you're going to get it spot on, or as close to it as you possibly can. So what I'll do is I'll probably spin the camera around now, guys. I've got some brackets and swap the indicator lens over and the wing bracket from under there to rivet on. So I'll spin the camera around, get you guys set up, and you can watch me do that, and then fit the wing and get it all seam sealed on. So give me 2 secs, guys, and I'll spin you around and get you set up. I might do it on time lapse yet. Actually, I don't know. I probably will do it on time lapse actually, and see how we get on. Right, I just run out to my van to get me drill to drill out these two rivets, and I've left it home in my garage where I'm up at. So luckily I've got some new ones of these brackets upstairs. So we'll run up in a sec, we'll grab that, and then we'll rivet it on. And then when I've got my drill here, I'll drill them rivets out, and I've got that one as a spare. So let's head up the mezzanine floor. I'll show you what I've done up here. So I've got obviously this safety netting which stops anything going out the floor and landing on the floor downstairs. You can see under there's nothing there at the moment. I've got a reel of it here. I think there's 10 meters of it there, which I'll put behind all this racking, which will stop anything coming off this racking in and landing downstairs. But yeah, this is the setup I've got up here. I think I showed you this already. So I've got some spare bumpers up there. They can't actually fall off the back because the beam's behind. Got some spare lights, various bits of interior trim, dashboard, complete airbag kit. So if any subscribers needs an airbag kit, I've got that for sale. I'll do it cheap, obviously, because we don't really buy cars that have got airbags gone. Spare washer bottle, arch liners, space saver wheels and toolkits, various rear lights and front lights. That's actually a timing belt kit there. Timing belt tool kit to enable you to do the timing belts. But I don't really have time to do them, so I'll just take them to the local garage. Got a spare rear spring there, and then I've got all bits and pieces and different steering wheels here. These stalks, steering cowls, so wiper motors, boot lock, boot struts, boot handle, window regulators, wiring and plugs, exterior trims, 2016 complete lock set in there, and the door handles, interior switches, indicator lenses. I try to keep everything as neat as I can. Actually, I'll need these nut certs, won't I, for that wing. And this is what we need in here as well. So in here, whip that up. We need a pair of them, or one of them. One of them is what we need. I'm sure that's the facelift version. Let's have a little look, see. Get out of here, bugger. I'll offer that one up, but I think that's the one we need. If not, I've got other ones in there as well. Headlight repair kits, as you can see. Gear stick gaiters. Yeah, all sorts of crap in there. We've got it, so let's see if this is the one. Oh. Milwaukee rivet gun as well, so we'll take that downstairs. Let's see if this is the one. I'll just set you guys back up in a tripod. Right then, I think I've showed you this before. This is just a Sealy hand nut certing tool. You can buy these from Machine Mart, Amazon or whatever, and that, I think I paid about 45 quid for that. I think I showed you guys the nut certs before. Again, these are Sealy, model number is TIFH-M6, obviously M6 threaded nut certs. What I like about these, you can see the hexagonal there. That hole they go in is actually hexagonal as well. So once that's obviously pressed in there with the gun, you've got less chance of it spinning round, whereas the old original ones, they're actually round, so you've got more chance of them spinning as they get corroded. So these just seem a much better idea and a much better fit. And you say that's hexagonal in there, so once that's pressed in there, you've got little chance of that spinning round. Something you've got to be careful of, guys, is the little bracket you put on there. You can see the holes in it there. They're quite big. You can't use normal size rivets for these, like the rivet heads there. You can't use normal size ones. If you look at the old one, they've actually got bigger rivet heads. So you need these type of rivets, so that once that's squashed in there like that, it covers that hole up nice. Whereas these could pull through there. I mean, like, I've almost pushed that through now anyway, and not even really trying. So make sure when you change these, you put the bigger headed rivets on. I can't remember, I got them from, I've had them years, but we'll pop this on here now anyway. Screw that in. And that's done that. Get the rivet gun. So the rivet gun I've got is just this Milwaukee cordless one. It's just, it wasn't massively expensive, it wasn't massively cheap, it wasn't massively expensive, but it's just handy rather than trying to have an airline or an electric cable everywhere. So you just pop that in there like that. Job's a good one. So just going to try and get that indicator lens out of this one now. These are always a bit of a pig to get out. I hate these. See how we get on. I've got spares if need be, but I hate trying to get these bloody things out. I always break them. Do you know what? I'm actually going to set up a time lapse for this because it's probably going to take me 10 minutes to try and get that out without breaking it. Right, what I've done, guys, I've given up trying to get that one out for the time being. It's just taking too long, so I'll plonk this over here for a minute. We'll get that one out afterwards. But, I've got a spare one here. So I don't understand why Fiat just don't make it so that both sides of that unclip. You just push them in like that and it pops out. This one here seems to always be a pain to try and get out. And you push that one in and try and pop it out. If someone's got a better way to do it, please let me know, because they're an absolute pig. And this one here always holds it in, and then you try and force it out and you pull the bloody lens off. It's a right pain. So let's get that one in there. So it's in there nice and solid. Happy days. So yeah, we've got the nutcert in there now. We've got the new wing and bumper clip in there now. You can see we've got the indicator lens in there now. So I'll just spin you guys round. We'll set you up facing the car, and then we'll look at getting this wing on, offering it up. Right, let's see how we get on then. Make sure I've got the right bolts. Let's pop this one in here for a minute. Sit that one in there. I'm just going to show you guys something quickly. So remember I said to you that there's no inner wing damage. A good way to tell that is this bolt here obviously lines up perfect here. The wing meets the inner wing, no problem at all. There's no gap there. This one here is a telltale sign, more importantly. If there's a gap like that, or if it's, you know, miles out like that, you can tell the front of the car's moved a little bit, either the main panel or the inner wing. You can see that's absolutely perfect. That's just a wing sitting on there like that, like normal. And it fits absolutely perfect there. So that's just to reiterate, guys, that there's no inner wing damage on that at all, which we saw in the video before anyway, didn't we? But I just wanted to show you guys this another way of telling if the wing's moved or not. So I'll just get a couple of bolts in this. Obviously the bolts that are covered in seam sealer, we've cleaned them off as best we can, but I always try and put them back where they came from. And the ones that have got the coloured paint on, the visible areas like here and here, and the bracket down here, try to keep them ones as well. Oh, and the one under there as well. In actual fact, we'll pop that in there loosely. Just get this somewhere near where it needs to be. Like that there. See, again, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. Both them holes line up absolutely perfect, so we know that wing's not moved at all. It should be a nice car when this is done. It's all cleaned up. Don't hit the wing. It's freezing up here today, guys. Absolutely freezing. Weather's took a bit of a turn for the worst. Which one's this one? This one in here. Yeah, I think it's about 4 degrees outside. I'll just soften this one up when it's shut. Yeah. What I'll do is, it's pointless me doing this in real time. It's going to take too long. So I'll set you guys back up on time lapse while I adjust this up. I mean, I've not even tightened it up yet. You can see that gap's perfect all the way down there already. So I'm just going to give it a little tweak. Kicking out a little bit there and a little bit there. So I'll just pop that back in a little bit there. And once I've tightened these up, it'll pull it all in. So I'll pop you guys on time lapse. I'll do this up, get it all set up nice. And then we'll put some seam sealer in there and that as well. So I mustn't forget that. So I'll just pop you guys on time lapse and see you shortly. Right, the wing's back on now. Just see the shut line down the door. Down the bottom's all good. And all around here, where it meets the bonnet, spot on. The headlight, I don't know if that could be tucked in a bit more there, but you know, it's bolted up to there, so there's nothing else you can really do with that. But yeah, see, it's all bolted back on. All I've got to do, I've got the seam sealer here ready to go inside there. This is probably one of the easiest wings I've ever had to fit, to be honest. All the holes lined up perfect. I've not really had to do much adjustment to it or anything, so I'll seam sealer this, then I'll get the bumper back on. I'm probably going to leave the arch liner off because they need that off, don't they, to do the cam belt. So that's hopefully going to go in early next week to have the cam belt done. I ordered the cam belt yesterday, so that should be here tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow or Wednesday. So then, all being well, this will go in early part of next week for the MOT and the cam belt. Then when it comes back, it'll be cleaned, and then it'll go up for sale. So I'll just pop you guys back on time lapse while I seam sealer that. So as you can see under there, seam sealer's all done now. Try to get it as neat as I can, brush it on so it's all pushed right in where the wing meets the car. So we're going to pop the bumper back on this one now. Set you back up on time lapse probably for this. So I'm going to leave the arch liner off so that the garage can do the cam belt easy enough, and they can just pop that back on once they're finished. So I'll pop you guys back on time lapse. We'll get the bumper back on this one and then get the wheel back on it, and it's ready to come off the ramp. There we are, folks. So the wheel's back on now. See, it's got a brand new tyre on there. Bumper's all back on and lined up as best as I can get it. Looks all nice across the front there now. Left the arch liner off on this side so that it's easier access for the guys at the garage to do the cam belt. I'll pop the arch liner, there it is. I'll pop that in the boot along with all the fixings for it so that they can sort that out, put it back on once they're done. and then hopefully it should just be one final video on this car of the cleaning inside and outside, because we've not touched it, as you can see, since we got it, which is about 7 or 8 months ago. It's just sat up here, done, you can see that 54,000 miles. So it's a facelift, as you know, so it's got the nicer steering wheel, the nicer stereo, nicer rear lights and that. So it just needs a good clean. Comes with 2 keys, as you can see. So yeah, it just needs a good clean. It'll be a nice little car for someone, I think. So I'm going to give the garage a call now, get this booked in for next week, and then the next video on this car will be how it got on with the MOT, and you'll have a brand new cam belt on it. So I think that'll probably wrap this video up, guys, for this one, part 2 on the Project Popstar, or Project Jake, as one of the subscribers said we should call it. So just want to say sorry again, it took so long to get this video out. Just been so busy with my normal job, and Fraser, the paint guy, having a bit of an accident on his mountain bike. So thanks again for watching. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.